You miss us? You ready? It's about to go down. I got in trouble last week. I just want to let you know that, Sumo. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We did our little TV special. You got a chance to be preview to that. And now it is time for us to really do the crazy that you know we can only do. He's got his little piece of something that he's going to get into. But just to let you know, it'll give you a chuckle. Got in trouble from my mama and my daddy for excessively talking about my free hose last week. Now, I had to explain to him that it is very important that for us being a low budget establishment, anytime you get some free hosing, you have to take it. And they're dedicated. They work hard. They shake it, whatever they got, and they drop it like it's hot. Now, you can't tell me my girl in the beginning didn't have Megan Thee Stallion, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Street Fighter knees. She can get down there and get it done. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm very proud of the hotaciousness that we have represented on the show. It warms my heart. I just want to let you know that. You may have no love for them, but I make sure that the whole train is always on track. Sumo, what's up, man?
All I'm going to say is this. I didn't think Black Girl Magic could get any better until Friday night.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Black Girl Magic get a little Filipino. How the hell you gonna have Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair,
testify,
and Naomi in a tag team match with Bayley on their side? I mean, the fickalicious of that is enough with the three. But then you're going to add Bayley up in there. Oh, my goodness.
Bring you to tears. Bring you to tears. I'm telling you.
I had to have me a drink. Just like I did. I need one now because it is Kentucky Derby Day, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Kentucky Derby Day, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby today, and an 18-1 dog ended up winning.
Somebody got paid.
Somebody got paid today. Now we need to find out who it is so we can knock him upside the head.
That's
to
right.
white meat.
Give me that cash in. And definitely,
now,
before you tell us
course,
what you're about to hit, Preakness is coming. So if you didn't have a chance to have it for the Derby, make sure by Preakness you take advantage of our code down there, www.fortmose.com/discount/maniacs. Get that drink ready. Support Black drink.
Yeah.
Support Black French. So that way you can get your little funny hat on and do whatever you want to do and celebrate for Preakness and the privacy of your own home. But you will get a discount compliments of the Saturday Night Wrestlemaniacs. Now you can go into telling us what you're about to burn your liver with.
But tonight, I got to go a little old school with some.
Oh, you taking it old school? Old school?
And I want you to check.
Proof? Jesus.
That's what I wanted you to see. 114 proof Fry Daddy. Yeah, baby. Because when you bullet club and you 17, you got to go hard in the paint. So you got to put a little something in the gold cup. And there's nothing in the cup, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know, we don't do ice. We don't do chase, no rocks, no nothing. Straight liquor, straight bourbon, straight whiskey up in here. Because I done already hit them. on the TV show.
With the IPA.
With these. And I already hit them. Hey, Stone Cold, I need me a sponsorship. I done had 3 of your 4 on here. I need a sponsorship. We need to talk.
You may send you a cat. How about that?
I don't need no cats.
If you have a chance.
That's the wrong kind of pussy for me.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Like, oh, I know he's gonna say something.
Oh.
Smooth down the gut.
And then, as you know, seeing that we had Cody tonight winning his first title defense.
Spoiler alert, really? Really?
Hey.
You just gonna go ahead and say Captain America picked up Mjolnir? Really?
We about to get into it.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm come on now. I'm 2 beers in and I just had my first whiskey. Come on now. This is Stone Cold night. What?
I'll give you a pass since you are murdering yourself right now on live streaming television. So
hey, I got a hard week coming.
I know how that is. Trust me. So sorry. Once again, if you want to be like the Nubian Sumo and live for 300 to 400 years, don't have a liver, but you're still alive. Go to fortmose.com/discount/maniacs. Order you some French drink, and you too can wear cool t-shirts, have a gray beard, be around for a long behind time, smoke a bunch of cigars, maybe make 5 foot, and still hang out with the greats. You too could be the Nubian Sumo.
I'm good and pickled. I'm fermented.
Thank goodness we don't have cannibalism active, because boy, they would cure you real quick. They'd be like, we took a thigh and was drunk for 17 days.
Yeah, you cut in the meat and you get 100 proof. How about it?
I don't know. Tonight you got 114.
Yeah.
What? All right. So
what?
So as you can see,
come on. We less than 2 hours away from Cinco de Mayo. Come on now. Even though it's Sunday, we still got to get our drink on. We got to get that tequila. What?
Uh-oh.
That bourbon. What?
There
that whiskey. What?
Tell them about it.
That chicken. What? That vodka. What?
And a shot of wine.
What?
There you go. Maybe a margarita.
What?
And watch some Bar Rescue.
I don't know about that now.
What? It's Cinco de Mayo. They got a whole half a show talking about drinks. So they show you what to make, and then you make it at home and get drunker.
No, what you do is you go to YouTube, you look up Sideline Junkies, you find all the shows for the Saturday Night Wrestlemaniacs, and you see what I'm drinking.
Don't do that.
Do a binge watch of nothing but Saturday Night Wrestlemaniacs and see all the different kinds of liquor and bourbon and whiskey and beer that I have introduced you all to.
Ladies and gentlemen, you would be safer going on Naked and Afraid than to go ahead and take the alcoholic journey of the Nubian Sumo. Please protect your lives.
Come on over. Come on in.
Tell them you want to get bucket naked
and
run around in the wilderness.
Because I'm already on a hunt for something that comes out only once a year. And May is the year that it comes out. And guess what? I'm already on the hunt. I got my folks out there on the hunt for me. It's about to go down. And they've been around about almost as long as the Bullet Club. So guess what? So when I get when I get it, y'all get it.
I'm scared, really scared, because I really have no idea where you're going with that. But the fact that I can get broken off a piece is even scarier. So, oh man, Stone Cold night, huh? Wish I would have known that before we opened the doors to the mothership.
Hey, wait till I have my first televised Sam Jackson show.
That'll be end of the television escapade right there.
Hey, you just wait till I get to that Sam Jackson show on television, boy. It ain't gonna be nothing nice.
Even Sam knows you can't say that on TV.
So even Sam Jackson gonna be like, well, motherfucker, look at this motherfucker.
He said one motherfucker too many. Yes, we ain't gonna see them on television no more. That motherfucker's crazy.
We are not PG, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
We are not PG. The PG era is over.
Nowhere close. That's the Triple H era. We can really do some stuff
Triple
now.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What is now? Okay, so we had Fickle. Everybody wanted to say Fickle, right? Mm-hmm. And then now we turned around. What was the other word that they were using right around that time?
Grit.
Grit. Everybody wanted to have grit, right?
Yep.
But now everybody got their era. Everybody's era now. Everybody turned around and found them an era.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be everybody's era now. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all really need to stop that.
It could be Triple H era, though. What else do you call it?
It could be Triple H can legitimately say that this is the Triple H era.
Right.
But
it's either that or the no longer rapey era.
Some random mid-carder in an indie with no TV is gonna be on a promo talking about it's my era. Your era. How you got an era?
Yeah, you don't even have the pot to piss in, let alone anything to drop it out of. So yeah, but it is legitimately the Triple H era. Dare I say it, the Paul Levesque era. And it is going, even though it's in its infancy, and we haven't even seen some of the payoffs of the long-term storylines, it has a future of opportunity that we did not have. Lord knows I'm happy that, you know, we've exited out of the restrictive era. I know it's throwing out another era of television when it comes down to WWE that govern the PG, that govern what could be said on TV. Hell, Big E said New Japan earlier on the pre-show when he was talking to CM Punk about Damian Priest.
No. Oh, he got way deeper than that.
Well, I know he did,
you talking about foreshadowing. He got way deeper than that, boy. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry.
But you know, I'm happy that we've left the restrictive era.
Yeah.
And got to the land of opportunity.
Yeah. Recognize the fact that there are other organizations in the world.
Exactly. We know that you're still number one. You could be dominant and still say, hey, there's those people across the street.
Which is why I loved JBL as a commentator.
Absolutely, because he would break it down and give you history.
He told you Andrade was a former CMLL champion. He told you that. He let you know. He told you Shinsuke Nakamura was the former IWGP heavyweight champion and Intercontinental title holder. He told you that. Now, why they don't talk about damn, what's his name?
I don't know.
R-Truth.
Oh, yeah.
Why they don't say R-Truth is a former 2-time NWA world champion? Yeah, I'll never know.
That's one, yeah. If you're going to pull back the curtain and give all the detail for Truth. I still think Truth should win the Rumble. Why not? Or Money in the Bank. But don't be in the match. He just somehow showed up, climbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, thinking there was lunch in it. And won the tag-on match. And now it's Mr. Money in the Bank. Why not? Why not?
He should at least have the world championship at least once before he lets it all go.
I agree.
You know, they're not gonna give him the WWE belt. But if they need to give him at least the world championship before he lets it all go. This man he got more days behind him than in front of him.
Yeah, that's true.
And they need to go ahead and give him a world title run and recognize him as the wrestler he's supposed to be. And he needs to have the world title as a heel.
That's what I was about to say. He's got to turn on the Miz. And maybe realign with the Judgment Day.
No.
You want to bring that full circle? Just have him be a heel solo?
Keep him away for either have him solo or give him his own faction. Because think about it. And folks, okay,
I'm pondering it right now in my head. Like
we're in a rabbit hole. We're in a rabbit hole, and it's my fault. I'm sorry.
This is a good one. I'm really thinking about that. You know, you can't be perplexed.
But think about this. Think about this. And okay, fantasy booking. I know a lot of people don't like fantasy booking, but I do.
Tony Khan does it all the time.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did I say that?
So check this out. First person he grabs is Cedric Alexander.
Okay.
Him and Cedric Alexander. They start going at it, and they get together eventually. So Cedric is a good hand. Cedric is a good hand.
He is.
I've liked Cedric since he was in Ring of Honor with Caprice Coleman and the CNC Wrestle Factory.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all know about that. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all don't know about that.
Saying a couple old heads on this show.
But then he goes off and he ends up getting.
Please say Rich Swann.
No. Rich Swann is messing around with AJ Francis right now.
No, but I think that would work.
You think Rich Swann coming back to the WWE would work?
Because Truth is putting together a group of misfits that he's, in his own Truth way, snapping them out of all the gimmick stuff that they was doing. That's
but not Rich Swann.
Rich Swann. All the dancing, he would break him out of the dancing.
You would bring no. Bring somebody in that you gonna bring somebody in like that? Bring in Leo Rush.
Could be too. You can still have Rich Swann and Leo Rush. That's what I'm saying. Shoot. Then you could also. I just had another person that just slipped when you said Leo Rush. TJ Perkins.
No.
You wouldn't bring in TJP?
TJ Perkins, A, is not leaving New Japan because he's doing too well over there. B, he's about to be the new leader of the United Empire over there at some point.
But it's fantasy booking, James.
He's not going to leave.
We're fantasy booking.
I understand we're fantasy booking, but it still got to make sense.
But who else then? I'm just thinking of people that was in the WWE with.
You gotta have somebody who. Okay, so we're missing one.
We still need a heater. We need a big guy. It could be Omos.
Of course, that's what I'm about to say. So
it could be Omos, but we still need one more.
Omos with MVP. That rounds it out. You got MVP that's the mind behind everything to keep Raw Truth sane, to keep him focused.
What if we put Angelo Dawkins in the group?
Because you'll see him slipping back into our truth, but MVP is going to keep him in the mindset of Ron the Truth Killings.
Right.
He's not going to be called Ron the Truth Killings, but he's going to have that mental state.
Yep. And that would be the counter to Paul Heyman.
Right.
Think about it that way.
So you got Omos as your healer. You got Cedric Alexander and Leo Rush as your tag team.
Mm-hmm.
And you got R-Truth as your singles champion.
What if they recruited Angelo Dawkins? And Dawkins would turn on Montez, which would free up Montez to finally get his singles career. And then Dawkins would be just another big guy that can move and do the stuff that Omos can't. Not saying that he can't do it. It's just that, as a big man, he has to wrestle and keep in those parameters. But Dawkins can do the spins and the flips and all that stuff and still be a big guy.
That works.
I'd rock with that.
I can go with that.
And then they take over.
That gives you 5 right there. So that works out for War Games if you want to put them in War Games. That works out for
thinking about that.
If you need a Survivor Series, you got you got all these different tag team situations going on within that. If you need to, you can put Dawkins with Cedric. You can put Dawkins with Leo Rush. You can put Dawkins with Omos. You can put and R-Truth can be with any of them.
Oh yeah.
Any
that first feud would be the New Day.
8-man, whatever. Yep. And you got MVP right there pulling the strings.
And their modus operandi is to get rid of all the stupid tag teams and gimmicks that are plaguing the WWE. So that'd be the New Day. That'd be at some point Cody. Who else could they go after? Jey Uso. Truth cutting a promo on What Is Yeet with Jey Uso would be just classic. Like we could just watch that all day, every day. They could just take over and it will come out of nowhere. Seth Rollins and his costumes. There's so many different things that they could attack.
And then on top of that, you have a match where R-Truth can't have anybody interfere with the match unless anybody from his faction that he'll get disqualified or he'll lose his title or whatever. If anybody from the faction comes in to interfere, you finally get the live version, the human incarnation
of Lil Jimmy. And that has to happen with him versus John Cena. It has to be in a match with him versus John Cena. And then you get Lil Jimmy to show up. And one of them guys from Michael Wrestling plays Little Jimmy. I can't
No.
It'd be Lil Jimmy.
No. We're not gonna make this a joke. No. Little Jimmy gonna be somebody like Keith Lee. It's gonna be somebody like Keith Lee or somebody like that.
Around the way.
Somebody that looks as big, just like big and like Keith Lee.
Heck yeah. Oh man, that would be classic. Hence, WWE, please go ahead and make that happen. We're running out of time on Truth. Really, make that happen.
We definitely are.
That was fantasy booking, sumo style. Now, at some point, aka now, we should be talking about Backlash that aired today, coming from Lyon, France, airing right about 1:00 in the afternoon. So if you were out and about gallivanting at work, doing whatever you do, you missed it. And we're here to fill in the blanks and tell you what we thought of it. Now, there's one thing, because the matches were okay. It was a good, solid show. But one thing I wanted to call out, and you can let me know if you agree, disagree, how you feel about it. Why are all the best crowds in another goddamn country?
I don't know. I just wish WWE dropped the ball to me in a little bit, because they should have at least had somebody to say, like a Corey Graves, who will be like, this is what they're saying. This is what they're actually saying.
Yeah.
Because it kind of, because those the European countries, France, and like the France, and like when they go to Saudi Arabia and they say their little chants. Every country has their little chants. Mm-hmm. Every country has their little way of expressing themselves during shows like this.
But
so unless you actually know what they're saying, you can kind of take a guess at what they're saying, but unless you got somebody who can actually translate and be like, this is what they're saying, it leaves a lot to somebody like us to be like, well, yeah, what are they actually saying, and translate it for us, so maybe we want to say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
maybe they chose to keep it, just for that special occasion and not tell us, because after every 2 count, there was a chant and a clap.
Right.
Every 2 count.
And I'm thinking just because they were saying duh, which is in the chant they were saying the word duh, and duh means 2.
Right.
Un, deux, trois. 1, 2, 3. So when they were saying duh in the chant, I'm thinking they were saying that was only 2, or that was just 2.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking
so
2 count.
Or something along those lines. Something to the effect of them saying that, that was just a 2 count.
Right.
Because that's just like when you go when they used back in the day when they used to go 1, 2 and kick out, and everybody like 2.
But that was a Canadian thing.
That was a Canadian thing.
Canada. So it's
right.
French Canadian. So that came from them. So I mean, the French have something going on with that wrestling thing, I'll say.
But I really wanted to know what they were saying for AJ Styles.
Oh,
that's what I really know.
That was some stuff being said. I don't know if they want to translate that.
No, but they were saying they weren't saying. I don't think it was something that was like negative. I think it was like. I think they were like actually cheering for AJ Styles.
Oh,
which is why I was curious as to what they were actually saying.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bailey chant.
We know.
Come on, we know the Bailey chant. That chant.
That's Europe across the board, so we can't really attribute it to one.
That started in the UK when they went when they were those UK
Germany is when they first aired it on a .com special. They were in Germany, and then it started to become a thing no matter where they were as they were going through the tour. But it started in Germany that year, several years ago, when she was a hugger.
But see, and during I would love to see. I would have liked on the press conference, and I know we're skipping around. We're gonna get to backlash in a minute, but
welcome to our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. This is our show, especially when it's the 2 of us. I mean, KG is
linear here.
KG is usually around people's grounded, but he on special assignment tonight. But damn, what was I saying? I lost my thought.
We was talking about Bailey. We was talking about trying to figure out what they were saying with AJ Styles.
I lost my thought. Damn, I lost my thought.
You went through all that and
I lost my thought. Damn.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I hate when that happens. I lost my thought.
2 Smoker Skull IPAs and then 114 proof that you was putting down. Could have a part.
Am putting down.
Could have a part.
Maybe. Possibly. Could be. Yeah. Well, no. Whatever.
He fucked up.
I ain't gonna deny it. Hey, what they say? What's the old saying? What's the old saying? Beer before liquor gets you there quicker. Liquor before beer keeps you in the clear. And I drank beer first.
2 of them. And Stone Cold and stunned you. And there you go. So I guess that you lost your train of thought.
I lost my train of thought. We'll go ahead. Yeah, we go ahead to backlash. It'll come back. It'll come back to me.
We'll usher in nice and easy into.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry.
It'll come back to him, I hope. However,
Bullet Club anniversary.
well, there
May
you go.
3rd. May 3rd, Bullet Club anniversary, 11 years old.
Founded by
Ooh,
Too Sweet.
too sweet.
Thank you, Finn Balor, for that. So, Backlash, believe it or not, happened, and it started off with a normal tag team match that became a false count, whatever the hell. I've been drinking too.
Oh, I remember. Okay, Randy Orton. That's what I was. I wanted Randy Orton to be in the press conference so he could explain, so he could say whether or not what his thoughts were when he came out.
Oh yeah, and they were singing this song.
His song. A song that he has said on multiple occasions that he hates. He had to be in the ring and was like, oh, so this is what it's like. This is what Shinsuke is like. It feels like. This is what Cody feels like.
Naomi said the same thing. But honestly, everybody now is gonna be saying, "Oh, this is what it's like to be main event Jey Uso." Because
Jey Uso is up on another level now with his.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
They
from here to here with his. I'm sorry.
They took him up there and put him in a Firefly Funhouse combined with the Yeet. The only thing about that I wish they would have did that they should have is when they saw all the flashes go up and everybody was going ham, they should have turned the lights off and just had the spotlight. Because with all the lights in the background, it was drowning out from the shot some of the closer up images, unless you're on the right camera angle. But you could get the whole arena just lit up, just bang, bouncing. All you see is the light.
But they didn't want to ruin the Firefly thing. They probably did. They probably was like, okay, this is too much like the Firefly Funhouse, so let's not do too much. To go completely like that would have been more Firefly than it would. They did it just right. They did it just right.
Or at least turn that. It didn't have to be pitch black, but it could be dark enough to just get that total shot. That's the only thing I was looking for, was the total shot. But outside of that, so we started off the night or the afternoon with Randy Orton and RKO. I'm sorry, guys. See, you got me messed up now. Think about Randy Orton.
It is RKO. They are RKO though. They are RKO though.
Yeah, that's true. They are Randy RKO. Orton and Kevin Owens versus what do we call this? The Divergent Bloodline. The
Bloodline 2.0.
Bloodline. What do we call them?
Bloodline 2.0.
But see, that would make it sound like Roman Reigns is obsolete.
He's not obsolete, but it's a completely different version of the Bloodline, though.
True. So it's Solo and Tama Tonga. Falls count anywhere, go ham, just do whatever y'all gonna do at this point.
Well, not at first. Not at first.
I mentioned that, but then it
got more into that. A tag team match. It was supposed to be a straight up tag team match. They went ham at the beginning, and then Nick Aldis comes out and was like, okay, y'all want to act the ass? Okay, let's make this a street fight. And so they made it a street fight, and here we are.
Yep. So after chaos ensued, and people went through chairs, tables, it was rather disgusting. It looked like Randy and Kevin Owens was going to get the dub. It looked like, because I'm like, man, they just had so much offense. They was putting that work in until dreams come true. And what Sumo's been talking about came to fruition. And Tonga Loa came from under the ring and set the world ablaze. Talk about it. I know you want to.
Tonga Loa. Yes. The middle brother of the three that were spawned from Haku.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like I've been saying, and this is one of the reasons why I bring up New Japan with y'all, because there's a lot of folks coming out of New Japan that's gonna go straight to WWE. Because WWE is recruiting out of New Japan real heavy, whether you know it or not.
Oh yeah.
Now Tonga Loa, like I said earlier, when Tama left, they had already given the Gorillas of Destiny. Well, they gave the Gorillas of Destiny name to El Phantasmo and the little brother, Hikuleo.
Mm-hmm.
They had that last match with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus Hikuleo and El Phantasmo, where Hikuleo and El Phantasmo wound up winning. They hadn't done anything with Tonga Loa. Tonga Loa had disappeared. His last match before that was in the New Japan Cup, where he was just cannon fodder for everybody else in his bracket. So I hadn't heard anything about his contract being up. They didn't even mention it. The fact that his contract was up or he was trying to leave. There was nothing online, nothing in the sheets about Tonga Loa leaving New Japan. But I knew it was going to happen because they wasn't doing anything with him.
Right.
So it was just a matter of time, because I'm sure Tama was like, look, my brother's contract is about to be up. Y'all need to bring him. If y'all gonna bring me in, you got to bring him. So now you got Solo Sikoa with the Gorillas of Destiny, the original version of the Gorillas of Destiny, who are going to end up going after the tag titles in SmackDown. Who is what? Who's got those?
Oh gosh, it's
Austin Theory
and Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller.
That's gonna be a mauling.
But it's not gonna happen right away because they're both heels, and you know that, and they're not gonna do that. Just as well as I do, they're not gonna do that. So
it's gonna be easy now that they've got the way all on the show. It's been a while since all of them have been on one show together, and that Theory was able to go off and do his thing.
No, you're not gonna have Austin Theory joining the way.
No, but I'm just saying that they're all there. So if we're gonna start planting,
they're all there. If it's Gargano,
it's gonna be
his wife,
right?
Indy.
Well, that's it. Because remember,
Tommaso. Tommaso's gonna be the newest member. He wasn't, but he's about to be the new. He's gonna take Austin's place.
But I'm just saying, with them there, that could be a connection that could help Austin turn face. Because he's going to need some support. He can't just. He's doing too well in
the tag team with Waller.
He is, but
he's a better heel than he is a face.
Agree. But if they're going to be champs and they're going up against the Gorillas of Destiny, then, like you just said, can't be two heels. But then again, it could.
It could. It should be.
Yeah, so,
Because, think about this. Think about this. You about to have King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The way they've got that set up, you're going to have face versus face, heel versus heel.
Yeah.
You're going to have it. You got no choice in the matter. I mean, because so they announced who Ricochet was going to be wrestling in that tournament. And that's a face. He's facing a baby face.
I think so, yeah.
I can't remember who it is, but I believe he's a baby face.
I didn't get a chance to commit everybody's matches to memory because I was talking they showed it so fast. But in the prelims of the tournament, yeah.
All this it has to be a heel versus baby face crap. I keep saying it. It makes sense, but not every time.
Right.
I mean, a champion, whether he's a babyface or a heel, has to go up against whoever the number one contender is. And you don't necessarily have to have a person change from babyface to heel or vice versa, just to accommodate who the champion is. The story for the storyline. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, the champion's supposed to go up against whoever. In a tournament, you face who you face.
Right.
Whether they're face or a heel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand it gives a better, as psychology is concerned, it's better if it's babyface versus heel. I get that. But that's not always what it needs to be.
Agreed.
Sometimes a heel has to go up against a heel, and you have to just work it out.
Yeah, to prove dominance.
Right. A face has to go against the face, and it works out that way. And you just got to deal with the conflict of, well, should I do this? Should I actually use this move? To put this person in a position where I can pin them or beat them.
Yep. Just the circumstance.
Yeah, it's just a circumstance. It brings another aspect to the storyline. It brings another aspect to the psychology of the whole thing. So it doesn't necessarily always have to be face versus heel.
Right. Oh no, you're preaching to the choir. I'm with you.
No, I'm not. I'm not preaching to the choir because we've had this argument before. Where, oh no, he has to be a babyface. He has to turn because he's a heel.
Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes I'm just saying.
Sometimes it makes sense. I mean, sometimes in the midst. Okay, just like let's use an example. Let's use Rock versus Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania.
Right.
Rock wasn't necessarily a face in that situation.
I agree.
Hogan wasn't necessarily a heel in that situation. But because of the crowd going for Hogan, they made the choice to turn Hogan.
Right.
Which made sense because he was already on his way out of the NWO, and it was going to end up with them two being a tag team against the NWO anyway. So it kind of made sense for him to switch over in the midst of the match.
Right. Circumstance.
But then that may ended up making it face versus face during the match, in the middle of the match. Rock didn't turn heel. Rock did heel shit,
Right.
but he didn't turn heel. So, but Brock's been known to be a heel, so he could do that. So Hogan's. But again,
it just depends.
I digress.
It just depends on what the situation is that would lead to it. I still think we need to get the John Cena heel turn at this stage of the game. Why not?
Too late. Way too late for that.
They said the same thing for Hogan. They said the same thing for Hogan.
No, they didn't. Because what people okay, so just like with Cena, Cena started off as a heel, Hogan started off as a heel. They became these ultimate baby faces.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan had to turn heel because he was going to another place.
He was already there. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about WCW.
He was already at WCW. He didn't have to turn heel.
He was at WCW and he turned. But look at what happened when he was a heel and before he went to the NWO. He wasn't doing nothing.
No, he turned heel at the NWO. He wasn't heel before then.
No. That's what I'm saying. He was a face when he came in, and he wasn't getting over.
He was over.
He wasn't over. He wasn't over. He lost the mustache and everything. He wasn't over. He lost the mustache to try to switch up.
He was over. He was Hogan. He was over. He wasn't over. Hulkamania back. They brought
him in because he was a name. They made him a face because that's how he came in. That's how he left the WWE. And they tried to make him a face, and it wasn't working. He was a face.
They just didn't have the star power at the moment for him to go to. That was the issue. They didn't have the Iron Sheiks for him to play off of, the Keita Koloffs anymore, or the Bobby Heenans. They didn't have it at the level. Heenan was there, but he didn't have it at the level that they had in WWF at that point.
Heenan was there as a manager
to sustain it. So who Hogan had the face, and they weren't immediately trying to pump him versus Flair. So that wasn't something that was going to happen. For politics and stuff like that. So Hogan just had, who he could work off of. And then they brought in Warrior. And then we got Bret Hart at one point, and stuff like that. And then Piper. They brought in Piper. Say it again.
Warrior was a bust.
Right. So, again, what did Hogan have to play off of? So that's why taking that shot in the dark, that gamble on him being the third man is like, well, why not? Let's just see what happens. But nobody knew that the residual and the benefit of what was coming out of that was going to be that massive.
And see, he was trying to turn heel before he even left WWE.
Right, but they wouldn't let him.
Vince wouldn't let him.
Right, but I get from the Vince perspective, because you got to think about how much money is to be made from that red and yellow brand. That's a scary thing, and Vince didn't believe it could be possible until everybody saw Voodoo Child play and Hulk Hogan came out with that spray painted belt. When you saw that and Michael Buffer bringing him out, you knew right then and there, right move for the industry, and everybody just followed suit. Hall and Nash as the outsiders was cool, in my opinion, but it was that Hogan piece. That was the thing. That's what made it solidified.
But to get back to John Cena, it's too late for him.
Again, still in the same vein. They said it about Hogan. Cena could heel turn because he has at this point Cody Rhodes. Hogan did not have anybody at his level that if he heel turned, you would still have, well, back then it wasn't Make-A-Wish, but, John Cena didn't have, if we to keep it on Cena, anybody that if he pulled himself out and went double down on heel could still be the Make-A-Wish guy. You can't have that. Hence why Bianca Belair hasn't gone heel again, even though she was heel in the beginning.
Oh, she about to, though. She about to.
No, I think Jay's going to turn on her. I think
Jay's going to
turn on her. Yeah.
No.
You think Bianca's going to turn on Jay?
Is going to turn. Bianca's going to be the one to turn. I'm telling you.
Either way, it's going to be good, but I could see it happening. But going back to Cena with...
I don't know if y'all remember Bianca in NXT.
Oh, my goodness.
But Bianca was a hell of a heel in NXT. I'm sorry.
You don't even go here. I'll never forget that when she laid Charlotte out.
Heel in NXT.
That's right.
It'll be Bianca that's going to turn, not Jay.
And I'm cool with that. But to my point, Cena has Cody. Cody is that guy, the super face that could allow Cena to finally go divergent into a different direction.
And Cody's going
to be a long program. It's just a circumstance, but Cena made a decision and he got booed for it. It could be as him as a special guest referee. And, whatever the circumstance was, Cody lost the belt because of Cena.
Cody's going to end up turning too.
He's going to turn eventually.
He's going to turn eventually.
Oh yeah, because he knows that Hogan situation can work for him. It just has to be right.
He was a heel for most of his time away from WWE.
I know, but I'm saying we've seen the Hogan laid down a foundation, gave us the blueprint that if you catch that lightning in a bottle, you can convert that to a heel run that would be equal or greater. Just has to be at the right time. The story has been finished. Now nobody's going to want to see, Cody fighting to fighting back for something, but he's the champion. That's not going to last forever. That's why, honestly, the main event of Backlash was nothing that I really cared about because we knew he was not going to lose the belt on his first title defense. Wouldn't happen. Sorry, AJ. No disrespect to AJ Styles, but we know the outcome of this match. But 6 months from now, again, a Cena special. Cena botches the count. 1, 2, 3. Cody approaches him. Cena gives him a FU, not attitude adjustment. He cuts the promo that he had to get a FU because you shouldn't have put your hands on me. And then the crowd is booing him. You can have it happen. Cody versus Cena. Retirement match. And that's how Cena goes out and finally retires on his back. Could happen.
Yeah, no, when you put it that way, I can see that when you put it that way. Yeah, I can see it. Okay.
But just to bring it.
I say it's too little. I still say it's too little, too late. But I can see what you. I see where you're going.
At the stage of the game, what does he have to lose? And it's not going to be a permanent thing. It's just going to be this happened, and then after the match, he's going to get a standing O. And then he just walks off into the sunset, and then the following year he goes into the Hall of Fame. Full circle, done deal. That'll put butts in the seats. Speaking of butts in the seats, somewhere in France, allegedly.
Enough of the rabbit holes. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Enough. I can't make no promises. We all go into another rabbit hole. I'm sorry, but hey,
happened.
Yeah, a premium live event.
Yeah. So the first match was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, to which, thanks to Tongaloa, the Bloodline won. Woo! First match down.
We're going back to what we were saying something earlier.
You know, there goes that rabbit hole again.
No. I'm going back to something we said earlier. We were foreshadowing. You know, earlier. You know, we were talking about JBL and whatnot. You know, talking about Michael Cole, talking about all of the titles in other organizations.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about Tama Tonga. Talk about how he was 7-time IWGP Tag Champion. They mentioned him being 3-time Never Openweight Champion.
Yep.
You know, they gave his accolades.
Because they're doing what AEW doesn't do.
Which if I'd have thought about it, I'd have been like, why would they bring that up? Because that was a hint for your ass to let you know Tonga Loa was coming. That was a hint. They don't do things for nothing, right?
That's right.
So
no wasted motion. And it's all
exactly.
set up and it makes sense. And
it was a setup. Right. So then when Tonga Loa came out during that match, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, wait a minute, is that? Oh. Okay. I can see it. So now you got, as I said earlier, you got Solo, and you got the Gorillas of Destiny together again.
And it's only going to get more disrespectful.
And the only thing that I'm hating right now is the fact that Tonga Loa is going to pull off his version of Greetings from Asbury Park. His finish.
Yep.
And he can call it what he wants to call it. Because the name he gave that move for his finish was ape shit. And he got that from the Beyonce song.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to call it, but they'll figure something out.
He'll call it, but he can't call it ape shit.
You're going to have to figure something out. So, believe it or not, there's only 4 more matches. It took us an hour to get finished the first match. But
hey, you know how we do. You know how we do. That's why we have that. That's why we have the live show. That's why we have this show, and now we got the other show. The other show, we a little more tame. This show, we are unfocused as motherfuckers. Okay,
that's
so
right.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
Yes, I'll take full responsibility for this one. But guess what? I can do that. And why? This is why. Champion's prerogative. I'm the champ. I can do that. Ooh. When it's hard to be humble when you're the champ.
Oh my gosh. So, second match of the night. Easy one. Like, I don't even know what. Just give them the belts. But you had Kabuki Warriors versus Black Girl Magic, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. I wonder who won that match. So if you're just wondering and really not trying to take this hint, of course, Jade and Bianca won. Now, you could see the work that Jade's been putting in. However, we're not quite there yet. So hopefully more ring action will get her there. Because there was quite a few
slight improvement. You're right.
But I know where she was looking for the cue.
Raj is on special assignment tonight. Raj is on special assignment, so I know he's a big, I don't want to say proponent, but he does do a lot of criticism when it comes to Jade and her skill set. But I keep telling him, I'm like, look, you got to give her time to learn the WWE style. There is a WWE style of wrestling. Right. She came from AEW where she really wasn't trained properly. They Goldberged her. And and made her this monster, this unbeatable monster that couldn't be cut. And so now she has to go into WWE and learn a whole different style of wrestling based off of the WWE and what they like. So she has to learn that style. And that's why they put her with Bianca. That's why they put her with Naomi. That's why they got her with somewhat with Bailey, so they can teach her or help show her what this new style is. So you can see little nuances of her picking things up. She's still green, but she's learning.
Right.
She's picking certain things up. So.
Well, she's going to get there.
Give it
that. But
she's going to get there.
You could just see. But like I said, that was the only issue I had with the match. But that's just going to come through time. So I'm not worried about it. Third match, though, was Bailey versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. Bailey did retain. My only issue with that match is I didn't like the finish.
A decent match.
It was. I just didn't like the finish.
You didn't like the finish. What was wrong with the finish?
Because, the initial look from that camera angle when Bailey reversed the roll up, it looked like it was a botch and it wasn't supposed to be a 3 count. So, if she would have hooked the leg a little bit more, you could see it was more intentional for the pull. To have the momentum and the leverage to keep the 3 versus reaching and it looked like the ref not paying attention or somewhere the ref was committed to the 3 because the shoulder was down versus it being intentional for it to be the finish 1, 2, 3 and oh my gosh, she got me. That was my only thing. But the second camera angle, it looked a little cleaner and a little bit more intentional for the story. But that initial reaction was like, what the heck? So other than that, no issues at all with the match. Did you understand what I'm talking about? Did you catch that?
No, I get what you're saying. But being that she pinned Naomi as opposed to pinning Tiffany, I can kind of see where that would be more acceptable because being that they're cool,
right?
They wrestle each other, but they cool. This is supposed to be a singles match between the two of them. It was supposed to be, two faces going up against each other. Just like we were talking about earlier, you had to have the heel in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They just brought Tiffany in just so she could be the heel,
right?
But. I get what you're saying, but it's a little more accepted, or it's a little more accepted. I can't think of another word other than it's a little more accepted because they were both faces, and it just happened that way. It was just like Naomi had Naomi had her in the pin. 1, 2. She rolled her over. 1, 2, 3. It happened.
Right.
That's why you had That's why you had Naomi in the middle of the ring. She was smiling. She's like, "Yeah, she got me. She got me. I can't even argue about it. She got me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just two baby faces going up against each other, and one of them got the Duke over the other one because it just happened that way. That's just the way it happened. So yeah, it is what it is.
So the next match was Damian Priest, who did retain, thanks to help reluctantly from the Judgment Day, against Jey Uso. Jey was definitely the entrance of the night. Period. Probably of the year. Entrance moment of the year, wrestling moment of the year, whatever, all that. So there was no diminishing in his star power. It's just a matter of time. If I had to put a stamp on it, I think he will be Mr. Money in the Bank. That's how
Jay?
Career path, yeah. Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see Jay Mr. Money in the Bank.
That way
this was my bathroom break.
Oh, okay. That way you can still tell stories with Cody. Jay can take his time. It takes a year on average. So before next WrestleMania, the trigger gets pulled. Or he gets interjected in for WrestleMania into the triple threat. That way, if they can reciprocate in Vegas of next year, what we saw for his intro, man, his pop will be legendary because we know it's going to be Roman versus Rock, allegedly. Cody doesn't have to be champion to have a main event match at WrestleMania at this point because he's fulfilled the legacy. So he doesn't have to be champion. But if he is, and he's going up against Jay,
be in the main event.
Say it again.
Cody can be champion and not be in the main event.
Well, I think it'll be a main event. But like I said, is it going to be a triple threat with adding Jay because of the Money in the Bank, or is it going to be him versus Jay?
I think Rock Roman will be the main event, unless they do another 2 nights. Unless they do another 2 nights.
Oh, it is 2 nights. Yeah, so night 2 and night 1. So that's what I'm saying. Cody could be night 1. Rock and Roman's got to be night 2.
They would have to be. Otherwise, Cody's going to be semi-main.
Right.
If
and
not,
Jade and Bianca, I'll put them on night 2. Bailey and whomever on night 1. Probably Bailey and Charlotte on night 1.
It's Bianca.
No, Bianca's got Jade.
I think they'll do Bianca and Jade first, and then move Bianca as heel to WrestleMania.
Bianca will pull double duty. Night 1, Bianca and Jade, and then
she could.
2.
But I don't think Bianca and Jade would be WrestleMania. I think Bianca and Jade would be maybe Survivor Series.
That'd be too soon. Maybe Rumble. Maybe.
I don't
plant the seed in the Rumble.
I don't see Bianca and Jade being WrestleMania. I see Bianca and Jade being a main event for maybe, like I said, Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. Bianca, I see going into WrestleMania in a title situation as a heel and winning.
I mean, it could go that way too.
Whether it be Bailey or Rhea with the title again.
Yeah, well, yeah, I forgot Rhea will still be in that picture as well.
Right. Rhea's going to end up coming back at some point, and it's going to be before. It's going to be before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Rhea will get the title back. She'll be away from Judgment Day, and she'll be a face. Bianca will be a heel by that time, and it'll be Rhea and Bianca for the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can see that. So the main event, we talked about all these people, was Cody versus AJ Styles. As you can imagine, Cody Rhodes is still your champion. That was my bathroom match because we knew how it was going to end. It's just how they got there. But yeah, Cody's not dropping a belt on his first title defense. But how'd you enjoy the match?
I like the match. You know, like you said, like they were building up. You know, you got two Georgia boys. Two Georgia boys who were former, who not necessarily came up in the same way, but they were both in the Indies at some point. So they have some kind of camaraderie in that way.
Right.
They were both Bullet Club at the same time. They were both in the Bullet Club at the same time because when the Elite, and for anybody that doesn't know, when Finn Balor left the Bullet Club to go to WWE, that's when Carl Anderson pretty much picked up as lead, in my opinion, was leader of the Bullet Club.
Okay.
AJ Styles was IWGP champion at that time, but he wasn't really doing any. He was pretty much the face of Bullet Club, but he wasn't the mouthpiece. He wasn't the voice.
Right.
Carl Anderson was the voice.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, Carl Anderson was the leader of the Bullet Club at that time, not AJ Styles. Because AJ Styles didn't do a whole bunch of talking.
Right.
Now, it was around that time when Bullet Club, they already had the Young Bucks. That was around the time when they picked up Kenny Omega as their junior heavyweight contender.
Mm-hmm.
Then it wasn't too long after that they added Cody and Hangman Page.
Right.
So then after a while, Kenny, the Young Bucks, Cody, and Hangman Page started a sub-faction called the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
They started hanging around each other. Now, when AJ, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Shinsuke Nakamura left New Japan to go to WWE, they jumped out AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows helped jump out AJ Styles with the help of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega became the leader of the Bullet Club. So, with all that said, you got AJ Styles to go back. You got AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, who were in the Bullet Club at the same time, in a match the day after the anniversary of the Bullet Club. in a main event.
Yep. Full circle moment. Full circle moment.
You think that was done on purpose?
Of course. Just another little thing, just a nudge, because we know under a previous regime, that wouldn't even been if the AJ wouldn't have been in the match.
You think that was? I mean, you got to think that this was done purposely.
Oh yeah, they believe in coincidences and stats and this relates to that and stuff like that. So yeah, and you're overseas. It's just a perfect storm. So that was Backlash, and now
that took all of like.
That gets me every time.
You and your little, I mean, you and your skinny chicks, man. Come on now. We just got done talking about Black Girl Magic and including Bailey. I mean, all this thickness, and you got all these little skinny chicks that
How do you know there's nothing there?
Look at her.
She's sitting down.
Look at her.
I can't with you.
She might be 90 pounds with a brick in her pocket.
I can't do anything with you.
She probably got ass to shit with.
Bless it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us, as you saw, to wrap it up. We done put in some overtime, doubled the shows, and now we done with y'all. So, at the end of the day, just diversify your daggone bonds.
Konnichiwa, bitches.